Ah, what a lovely day to be alive. The birds are chirping, the animals are out. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. So much closer to there. So the new raid's out, as you can tell by the title of this video. Don't have any plans for this video really, just going to explain what to do on the bosses and give you like a little commentary. Basically just going to show you how to kill the bosses and what to do in HC. But yeah, Heroic Eternal Palace is out, and I managed to do this without doing normal once, which is quite funny actually, because I decided to raid lead even though I haven't completed it on normal. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm just going to show you me killing the bosses and just talking over it. So yeah, hope you enjoy guys. Let's jump straight into the video. So the first boss is actually not that hard, to be honest, if I'm completely honest with you guys. Basically what I decided to do was put 2 markers down, because when you immediately start the boss, he will put some marks onto the raid. Either you're going to be inflicted by frost damage or you're going to be inflicted by the infection. So either you have to stack on the green mark if you have the green debuff, and you have to stack on the blue mark if you have the blue debuff. That's simple for the debuff really. If you have the frost debuff, what you've got to do is keep moving, because you have a little bar on the bottom of your screen. Basically what it does, if you stand still basically, it's going to start ramping up, and when it gets to 100% you will be stunned. So don't get it to 100% because you will be frozen. But on the other side, what you got to do is move as less as possible, just because obviously you don't want to be inflicting damage upon the raid and everything like that, so you want to stand still. But when you're on the frost, you want to be moving as much as possible. He's also going to target obviously people in the raid, and you got to move out. As you can see, this feral's just running. He's been targeted with the one of the debuffs, so what you got to do is just run out so it doesn't stack. We don't want to be standing in that because it does a lot of damage. But yeah, this fight's very, very easy for the first boss really. We wiped a couple times, I think it was like two or three maybe, but other than that, not really that many times. It's not that hard. You just got to move out of the AoE and make sure you don't run into the other people with a different debuff, or else your stacks obviously will reset. However, it's going to be doing a lot of damage, and if the group's already low, you'll basically be killing everyone off. So you don't want to be doing that because it's not fun, dude. But yeah, this boss is quite simple. Basically, if you're on the frost side, like I said, keep moving. But if you're on the other side, you want to stand still as much as possible so your stacks don't go up. Yeah, but other than that, all you need to do is move out when you get a debuff and kill. So it's that simple. He also does like spells like Overwhelming Barrage and another ice one. You just got to make sure they don't hit you, and that's about it really, if I'm completely honest. Quite simple on this boss, but yeah. That's it. PS, I just want to say that this boss fight was actually quite fun to record, not gonna lie. I like doing new raids when they come out just because it's new content to do, and obviously we're not forced to do the same old content all the time, so it's actually pretty decent. This fight, for like first impressions, it was okay. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is my first impressions, but I thought this boss fight wasn't too hard. It's hard to do this as a pug group, so what I mean by that is just getting random players from the raid finder. Like, it is quite hard to do this raid on HC with that. But hey, I'd say that this went quite smooth if I'm completely honest. It's a nice boss fight. You just got to move from the area on the ground and you're basically set, to be honest, and just keep moving. It's a really nice fight. Good job, Blizzard. And yeah, let's jump straight into the next boss fight, guys. So on the next boss fight, we're against Radiance of Azara. This is the second boss fight we did. We only wiped a couple times on this boss. It wasn't too hard if I'm completely honest, but compared to the first one, it was much harder because there's a lot going on. Hopefully I can, describe everything this boss does for you guys, but I might miss a couple things, so sorry if I do. So as you can tell, there's a lot of stuff going on in this boss, right? There's loads of like thunderstorms on the ground, swirling at us. There's also a lot of runes you gotta watch out. So basically what the boss does is he puts a rune on a random player, and what you have to do is run away from the raid, just so that, we don't take a lot of damage from that rune when it explodes. He's also gonna do Unshackling Power, which does a large percentage of our HP each time it stacks up. So the first one's not too bad, and then the second one gets stronger, and the third one gets stronger, etc, etc. But these little thunderstorms, you know, these little eruptions on the floor, you got to watch out for those because they knock you up in the air and then you do take falling damage. So just watch out for that little whirlwind there. It's annoying because those tornadoes do a lot of damage. So just you know, be careful. But what I noticed on this boss fight, right, is I'm using the punch cards. You know, that new trinket from Mechagon. And I have the one from the new Mechagon dungeon where it says, you know, taking falling damage when it's fatal, you have a chance to like open a parachute or something. Very nice, dude. It's really, really good because every time I get knocked in the air, right, or every time like I jump off a cliff or something, I always get a parachute. So it's basically like having a goblin glider just every cooldown, dude. But as you can see here, what we're doing is we are running clockwise at the moment just because he spawned a ad. And what you have to do is run through these balls. They do a lot of damage and they knock you back, as I'm aware, or they stun you. Can't recall now. It's been a long while. But yeah, you want the tanks running into those, and then what you have to do is get to the boss as soon as possible and kill the ads because they do a lot of damage. So you just got to watch out for all of that, or else we will go down, to be honest. So yeah, you got to kill the ads here. Watch out for the AoE on the ground and make sure you kick their chain lightning because that does quite a bit of damage. I literally told my raid group to make sure they focus kicking that because we will go down with the AoE pressure. But it's not really that hard of a fight. It's just rinse and repeat, basically. He spawns a boss on the random side of each room. Yeah, and you basically just have to run through the balls and make sure you kill them as soon as possible, just so we don't take a lot of damage. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's quite an easy fight. I actually got loot on this boss, which I'm quite happy about. But yeah, quite easy fight. Good job to Blizzard, obviously. It's really intriguing, this boss fight. It's really immersive. You've got to move from everything, so it's kind of annoying playing as a caster. How, like, I'm just keep running around like, it's coming, get me, no! Like, it's annoying, but hey, it's quite fun. Great job to Blizzard. I really am enjoying this new raid so far, and yeah, props to them, dude. And let's jump straight into the next boss fight. Hey guys, so we're on the last boss fight here. It's actually quite hard. You have to play as a team here. So what you gotta do on this water boss is it's quite simple if you think about it, but it's just all about timing. So we started off killing the pufferfish because basically if you don't go into the mist which spawns from the pufferfish after you kill it, you will take 100% less healing, so you have to get the whole raid group to run into the pufferfish. There's 3 phases to this boss fight. Basically, once you absorbed all the pufferfish, like the mist, right, it's all about timing, so you have to make sure that as soon as your debuff, well, your buff to receive healing runs out, you gotta kill the next pufferfish, as you can see by me telling everybody to kill the pufferfish. Because if you don't, obviously, we can't heal the raid. So, it's all about timing here. There's about 2 minutes to each phase, I'd say. Just because there's only 2 pufferfish in each side. And the boss goes to a different side. So, you've got to swim to him. But yeah, it's quite easy. As long as you call when to kill the pufferfish, it's very, very nice. So, everybody on my team, apart from one guy, I think, has the buff to take healing, which is so cool. Managed to get that done. Awesome. Boss does shock pulse. Quite easy. You just get as far away as that as possible just to save the healers. If you're a warlock, you basically heal anyway, right? So you don't really need to do anything. But if you're like a squishy DPS, then you need to run as soon as possible. In the next phase, basically when the boss goes, as you can see here, you have to go past these like hive mind things. Make sure you don't go near them at all, or basically it did a lot of damage and you will die, so don't do that. The boss continues to cast something, so what you've got to do is go to the pufferfish and start hitting it. As soon as you interrupt that cast, you want to kill the pufferfish. You don't want to kill the pufferfish too early, and you don't want to kick the spell too early, or else the whole raid will die. So I'm calling to CC the boss now as soon as we get that buff. You don't want to be standing in the middle. You want to go to the left platform because that's where the second pufferfish is on this phase 2. If you stand in the middle and you got gaze from below on you, then you will die. A fish will come up and they will eat you. So do not go there. So you want to stay on the left platform just so you're closer to the other pufferfish, because you want to kill it as soon as that debuff or that buff expires. So you really want to do that, and obviously dodge his normal abilities from phase 1. It's quite simple. It's a rinse and repeat job basically. When you go to the next zone, watch out for the hive mines. On this pufferfish, where you want to be killing it and standing in it after you kill it, so you get that buff. But yeah, I think this boss fight's definitely immersive. Really good job by Blizzard. This was the one we had the most trouble on because it's hard to coordinate with a pug raid group. But I made a macro basically saying when to kill the pufferfish so everybody would go. I usually called it when there's like 10 seconds left on the buff, because you've got to, like, you know, make sure people are like making their way towards the pufferfish, and I know there's usually like a little delay, so it's actually worked out really nice. I'd say it probably took us like an hour to kill this boss. It shouldn't have whatsoever, but it was so late in the morning and the tanks weren't really doing a good job, so I had to replace one of them. Other than that, it's completely fine. Really good boss fight, very intriguing, very hard with a pug group. But yeah, like I said earlier, good job Blizzard. This raid's absolutely awesome so far. I've enjoyed the first 3 bosses, so hopefully I can bring you more content like this. Didn't get any loot, which I cry about, but hey, that's life. But yeah, let's go straight into the outro, boys. Hey guys, so I hope you did enjoy this video. Obviously it is a little bit of a different video because I don't really do guides and like commentaries over dungeons, so I really hope you did enjoy it. I just wanted to bring you something different instead of doing PvP all the time, because I don't really want to just spam you guys with PvP. I want to do the new content, and I thought that this raid was absolutely awesome. I mean, I haven't done all the bosses yet, right, but I've done the first 3 on HC, and I'm going to be doing the other ones, but I thought before I do that, I want to post this video, because I'll probably record the other ones, we shall see. But I still need to do the new Mechacon dungeon on all my other characters. I've done it on my main, on my Warlock, but just not on my other characters I want to gear up. But yeah, I really hope you did enjoy this video. Obviously, if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more content from me. I've been Xrathis, guys. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace!